One of the really important things we've got to get right is when you're sat in the seat looking forward, this thing's going to be like driving an oil tanker on a good day, is your line of sight to your front wheels and be able to judge where you're at. So I've got to try and get the dashboard to run in line with the bonnet and not take up too much of your vision, but also I want it to come up so we're going to have like a scoop where the steering wheel is. It's definitely going to be a little bit of trial and error in getting all this right, and it's so difficult because you want, also when you're sat in the seat and you've got your steering wheel here, you don't want a spoke right in front of, if you've got something really important like an oil pressure gauge that you need to see all the time, you don't want it blocked out by a spoke on the steering wheel. So it's going to be like getting the position of the instruments in the right place. But if we don't just commit to something, we're never going to get anywhere with this, but you'll always curse that you've not got it quite right. So I've got the plywood made up. I'm quite happy with where that. I've got to get my knees underneath when you'd slide into the car. You've got to have enough leg room to get in onto the pedals. I've got loads of instruments I want to put in it. I've been buying them for the last couple of years really. Every time you see something advertised, and they are an utter fortune. But I've got genuine Spitfire and Lancaster Bomber clocks, instruments. Really, I've got a really nice period rev counter to go on that. So it's just going to be a lot of working out. I can move all this around. It's all just temporarily on this stud bar here. I can vary sort of the angle of the dash. I can position it up and down. We've still not got the steering column exactly, I think, where we want it, but it's pretty in place. A lot of messing around to get everything right, and when you sat in it, whether it feels right. So I think the thing is going to be to go and get the instruments, which I've had put away for ages, lay them out, and just try and see where they go. This is the aluminium dashboard. That's my plywood template. We can play around with that and just see. We've got plenty of material to cut it down to when we're happy that we've got the right size. So we'll go and find the instruments and look at laying them out, see what we've got, and do a bit of head scratching. This piece of aluminium that's going to be the dashboard, as you can see all the fancy patterns on it, that's what they call engine turned, which is really traditional period for the era of what they used to do. It is really difficult to do, and I've kind of had a bit of a mess around with all sorts of different samples, but this is what I've come up with the best way of doing it. So you mark out the piece of plate with inch squares broke up into quarter squares. I'm doing an inch circle, and then I've made this little dolly in the lathe and glued a piece of rubber to the end of it, and then just using grinding paste and the pillar drill, you just touch onto it, and each one of these is a circle. So you start at the top basically and work across, so you're covering quarter of a circle every time, as you can see there. So that's been one there, and you come along on another row over the top like that. Painstakingly boring job, hours and hours and hours of work, lots of just doing that at night last winter. I don't know how many are on there, but there's a lot. And I kind of got bored when I got to that point, but I knew that roughly I was going to be cutting this piece down for the size of the dash, so I'm hoping I don't have to do any more, that I've got enough room there with my plywood template. So we're going to look at the instruments we need to get on here, lay them out, and then I can finally cut the dashboard to size, drill the holes, cut the holes in for the instruments, mount them on, and then we can put them onto here, and hopefully that gives us a bit more progress with it really. I'm going in search of my stash of period instruments for the aero-engine car. So I've had them hidden away in the back of here in a box packed up, so somewhere around here. So all these bits and pieces in here are all various genuine Spitfire and Lancaster, Bomber, Shackleton, all kind of the right era of what we're trying to do. Got a pump there for a primer pump, rev counter, bigger rev counter and speedo, clocks, all sorts of bits and pieces that I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use yet. Rolls-Royce Speedo. Don't know, bit of head scratching, but I think we're going to have to go and unbox this lot, lay it out, and just generally see what we got. Filler cap. Oh, switches. Gonna have to work out what we need. Set to and have a look. So that's definitely going to be the next job. Let's get a box. Let's go and lay it out. What are you doing, Bentley? You alright? Right, let's have a look at layout, see what we've got, do some thinking. Bit of a headache now, because I'm not sure just how I'm going to fit this lot, which is kind of like what I want, I think. All the various instruments onto that. So that's going to be my head scratch now. Decide which ones I actually do need, which is the best ones, and which one will be easiest to pipe up. Lovely these though, beautiful, still packaged up. A lot of them in the original spares, brand new ex-stock, never used. Some of it's been used. These, yeah, a lot to choose from. Right, get my thinking cap on, get my pencil out, lay them out, see what it looks like. So a great deal of head scratching, lots of help from useful people. Oh, I've got a cat now as well. Go on, what are you doing? That's kind of what we've got to fit on the dashboard. Busy is the word. So I'm just trying to debate my best way to cut the holes now. But that's the rough layout. So yeah. Mark it out with a pen, work out how we're going to drill the holes and start mounting them. Any great ideas, Bentley? Not yet.
Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe so you don't miss an episode.